trauma is one thing and the response to trauma is another thing. Trauma, the moment you speak of trauma, you are going into the past because the event of the trauma has happened in the past. The response of the trauma is the behavior. So when you're working with the response to trauma, you're actually working with the behavior, and neurolinguistics is installing new behavior, finding out the positive intention of the old behavior, and then quickly moving on to the context and changing the state within a context. So when I am working with my client, what I'm clearly looking out for is the trauma responses, if any, and I'm really not looking at the trauma. The moment I speak of trauma, I have given birth to the impact and I have created the inner child there. So what I actually do is I come to the response of the trauma, I work with that, the new behavior generator, but before that the state management and the context edits. So now I don't really have to do the catharsis, that gets edited, that's willing to change, and that birth will automatically transcend, evolve, gather resources and come all the way till here. That's the deeper presupposition. So the difference between when you're working with trauma and the trauma response, we cannot work with trauma because the trauma is something that has happened. What we are talking about is the memory of the trauma, and we don't know how accurate that narrative is. We don't know how accurate that is. So we work with trauma responses and not trauma. And we let that